Okay. I'm just going to hang here for a minute, see if anybody shows up. Ay, ay, ay. This didn't come together very well.
Manual's here.
Hey, thanks for coming back. I hope it fixes it, and that I don't keep having to do that.
Natalie's back. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
She goes, I can see now.
Oh, good. Well, the question is, how long is it going to last? Jeez, I'm almost afraid to get started again. Okay. Well, now, before I interrupted myself, hang on, I'm going to be right back. Talk to him, Mrs. O'Reilly.
Hope you guys are having a good day today. Steve's back. Thanks for coming back, guys. John's back.
Welcome back, John.
Steve's back. I don't know if you heard me.
Welcome back, Steve. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So what do I need here? Some flour. Some flour. If the stream holds, I might actually get something done.
Maybe.
Okay, 1 3/4. 1 3/4. 1.
Steve says not
Okay.
having a crazy dinner or anything, just
3.
ramen and a donut for dessert.
Nothing wrong with a little ramen. I've had my share. Still do. Except for nowadays I tend to make it fried ramen as a side dish. But anyway.
John says he got stung by a yellow jacket once again.
Well, that's not good.
Eli's back.
Eli, welcome back. Thank you for... I don't know what is going on.
It's working better this time. It's staying on at least. So
Well,
we'll see.
hope that's a bonus.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just kind of getting the baking powder and spices and all that kind of stuff measured out and taken care of. Cinnamon, nutmeg, and allspice. How about that? So this is definitely going to be along the lines of a spice cake. Alright, there's that. Half a teaspoon. Are we still there, Mrs.
We are.
Jeez. I hate that. Alright, some nutmeg. And just a little bit of allspice. Have you guys ever done that? Mixed up one spice for another? You know, you got some stuff in front of you and you're not paying that close of attention. Accidentally put one thing in that you really weren't supposed to, or thought salt was sugar. Yeah. I hate doing that. Alright, let's put these up. Yeah.
Eli said I had some broccoli cheddar noodles with ground beef and jalapeno for breakfast. It was pretty good as far as camp food goes.
Hey, it sounds good. Camping or not. Okay, all that's in there. I'm going to sift this out real quick.
He said, oh, and I put in a half a beer and the other half for the chef.
Of course. All right.
I hope Doug and Char made it back.
Yeah. Well, since he always calls up, you call him and ask him if he made it back. All right. Put the flour in this here cake batter. Just kind of stir it around this way before I actually start. End up with a huge mess on my table.
He got the stream fixed. He started it again.
That seems awful thick for cake batter.
Okay,
I didn't miss nothing, so
because I can see him. Yeah, you might have to look and see if there's another.
yeah, just shut that old one off.
Shut the old one off and look for a new one. He started it again.
All right, let's get the.
Okay. Yep. Bye.
That is some thick cake batter. I hope it turns out okay.
John says he's making some homemade burritos.
Ooh, yummy. Do you make your own green chili or anything here, John?
Doug's gonna look for the new stream.
Okay. Okay. Well, so much for plans, Mrs. Oldguy.
Yeah.
Well, I planned on to use this particular bowl to make it,
So you can pour it.
so I could pour it, and this is like just about the thickest cake batter I think I've ever seen. So I'm gonna have to resort to using a spoon.
Hopefully we wrote down all the ingredients.
I did.
Okay.
Or you did. I told you all. So hey, we'll just roll with the flow here. See how it goes.
Eli says, I'm watching wild salt river horses wade in the water as we speak. I love seeing wild horses.
Oh, how cool. Oh, and that reminds me. I was going to tell you my camping. Oh, no. Me and a buddy, I decided to go do a little camping. And so it was evening, and we decided to had chicken that we were going to grill up, but neither one of us thought to pack a grill to cook it on. So I had just happened to have a little roll of strung that baling wire around it one way and then around the other way, and put it across the fire and made a makeshift grill. And it was working pretty good. Chicken was just at being finished when apparently neither one of us had noticed that our wood that we had on the side to support our grill had caught fire. And when it burned through enough, it just and so much for barbecue chicken dinner.
Bummer.
Yeah. Luckily, we had some ground beef and we made burgers, but.
Eli says, do you know what I would do for a spoon right now? LOL.
What would you do for a Klondike bar? Nothing. I want a spoon. And did you say what he was eating with a spoon?
No.
Eli?
Oh, no, that's what he had for breakfast.
Yeah. What are you going to eat with a spoon? Eli? Oh, come on. Darn things are so stuck together I can't get them apart. Let's go here. All right, one more. I don't know how many this will make. I'm thinking a couple dozen. I don't know. Okay. Spoonful in each one, I guess. Yee. This recipe is from like the 1950s, and this isn't the first thing from then that I've done. Val and I from over at Trippy Food, we did I think it was I'm not sure if it was a dessert or supposed to be a main course, but it was a donut stuffed with cottage cheese and a prune. Oh, it was a salad because it had one single leaf of lettuce under the donut. I remember that.
You guys said hashtag, oh no, chicken.
Yeah, oh no, chicken. Now that's not the only chicken story I got. Many years back, me and a buddy were sharing an apartment, and there were some friends just a few doors down. We were gonna have some grilled chicken and stuff, so the walkway between the apartments was outside, so we had a little hibachi put out down by their front door, or their potatoes and things like that done. Having a few beers. We went out to get the chicken. It was gone. Somebody stole the chicken off of the grill. Am I still there?
Yeah, you're still
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
It just keeps giving the circle thing.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. Just funkiness, I guess.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of those nights.
Scott and Jennifer here. Hello there. Glad you get a chance to watch live tonight.
Well, good evening, Scott and Jennifer. Well, I am getting dessert ready to go into the oven, which tonight is tomato soup cake. It was what was voted in this week, so I have to do it. I have to. People voted on it. So, okay, ready to go in. I've been tempted to, lick my finger and see what it tastes like. But I'm not going to do it. I'm going to wait till they come out of the oven, and I've made the frosting and everything else, so. We'll all find out together. I'm going to throw these in. Oh, let's set the old magic timer here. It's not magic, but it is a timer.
Eli says stealing chicken off the grill is like the cartoons that they steal the pie off the windowsill.
Well, it is. It was so funny. But that event, that story, won me a catered barbecue for 20 people. A Denver area radio station just happened to be having people call in with nightmare barbecue stories, and I called them, I told them that, and they said that I had won, and I thought, oh, cool. They were giving away barbecue starter packages is what they were calling them, and it just had the barbecue set, the tongs, the spatula, and a fork, a bag of charcoal, and some lighter fluid. That's basically what I thought that I had won. And when I got down to the station, They said, "Oh no, you won the grand prize." And I said, "Oh well, I didn't know there was one." And that's when they announced that this place called Tony Roma's. I don't know how many states have it, but they came and barbecue, with barbecue this and that for like 40 people or 20 people, and the DJ from the radio station and the promo department people were there, and got a brand new Weber barbecue grill, so it was a pretty cool prize, and I guess I got my chicken back several years later. But
That's a fun time.
yeah, it was. I was there. One of those things, right? Okay, those are in the oven. I'm just gonna kind of hang out for a few, and then I'll get started with these, with the stuff for the Nacho bake. And Scott, Jennifer, what are you guys having for your dinner? Other folks have let us know what they're having. I want to know what you're having as well. You know what I'm having, so.
Eli didn't tell you what he's having with his spoon.
Oh, he didn't.
He says, I'm pretty proud of this cooking/eating spoon.
Yeah, but he still hasn't told me what he's eating with it.
He
Yes.
might
Okay, so I guess there's two of you.
He might seal/cure it in oil and make a wall hanger. Hashtag 2023, oh no.
Hashtag tell me what you're going to eat with it. I mean, come on. Oh. Coming up next week is chicken fried steak. Just for you folks to know. And next week will be the appearance of the basket, and I'll start pulling the dinner requests from there rather than instead of spinning the wheel. All of them will be in one spinning basket, and I'll draw it from there. So I guess that way people that have recently suggested or requested a dinner will get equal chance along with everybody else that was already up on the wheel. There was only room for 24 slots up there, and we've got way more than that.
Yep.
Dinner suggestions, way more. So we'll get them all put into the basket, and then everybody will have equal chance. So that's what I got to say about that.
And are you spinning this week or next?
No.
The following week?
No.
No, you're going to spin
Oh,
twice.
no, I'm just gonna. I'll pull two tags next week. But unless it happens to be an appetizer, because there were a few appetizers that were requested. So if by chance I get one of those, I'll pull another one to go with it. So whether it's an appetizer that goes with that dinner or not.
Lisa's back. She had a chicken sandwich with chips for dinner today.
All right. Nothing wrong with chicken sandwiches.
Scott and Jennifer, we are having Barrera chicken tacos.
Oh yeah.
Although it might be something as Barrera is typically beef, and they're having black beans on the side.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, I've had a request for those tacos. I've never made them, but that's one of the neat things about doing this is I get requests for things that I have never done, and most of them have worked out pretty well. Some of them, not so much. Some of them we really liked. Some of them, not so much. So, and that's okay. That's all right. I don't mind that. It beats the ho-hum of the same old thing all the time. That's one of the reasons why I really like doing this on Saturday nights, so that it gives us some variety in our meals. And I'll have to admit to once or twice before a live stream that I was making something that I've never made before. I'll admit to 2 times that I made it during the week to make sure that I was going to get it right for the weekend. And I didn't need to both occasions. It turned out just fine. So, but I'll, full disclosure there.
Eli said, well, I was going to eat the leftover noodles, but I spilled them. Hashtag oh no. So it's bacon and spicy beans and some Spanish rice with some IPAs, LOL.
Well, hey, that's perfect to have. Bacon, of course, you can just, eat with your hand, finger food. And beans and what else did he say?
Spicy beans with some Spanish rice.
And some beans and rice. A spoon. You're good to go, brother. All right, how much time I got left on them cupcakes? 7 minutes. We'll see. I think I might go ahead and start slicing and dicing a little bit of veg to put in this nacho bake. It's kind of like more like a Mexican lasagna, kind of, because it's not really, but when you look at how it says to make a nacho bake, it's layers, just like a lasagna. So, okay. Got a little onion. I got some small peppers and a little bit of jalapeno, just a small one, not real big. Just to get a little bit of heat. Get a decent little dice on this. I am going to cook these in the pan with chorizo, and that's what I decided for the protein tonight. Ground beef, pretty common for nachos, and I like to do things a little bit differently when I can, so there you have it. Get these peppers and stuff sliced up. Cut up pretty quickly. Don't need the seeds. Okay.
Eli said the life of a camping chef is always interesting. Good thing that every camping party always needs a cook.
You're right about that. Now, I remember going out with a couple of buddies just to have, hang out at the lake, maybe fish a little bit. Brought some burgers and buns. And like you, nobody brought any utensils, so we didn't even have anything to flip the burgers with when we were cooking them on the provided grill. So a guy looked in his car and he had the biggest screwdriver I've ever seen. It was probably that long, and the screwdriver tip on that thing was close to 3 inches wide. So it was just big enough to flip those burgers. All right, let's pull that out. And another slicey. And I'll also get some sauce made for this too. You know me, I don't like to buy the pre-made stuff if I can help it, so I'll get some sauce going here too in just a second. How much time? 4 minutes left on those cupcakes. Well, at least until I look at them. They might need a little longer. I don't know. Like I said, that's a pretty dense, cake batter. Huh? All right. Sliced jalapeno, kind of dice them a little. Should make it fairly spicy, I hope.
Yep.
We will see. little refuse bag here. We have got some very interesting requests over the last few months, so I'm looking forward to pulling some of the more interesting ones. Not that they're not all good, just that some seem to be a little bit different than others. All right, so the chorizo.
Eli said hashtag screwdriver spatula.
Screwdriver spatula. If I remember correctly, it was a Roscoe screwdriver. I seem to remember seeing Roscoe somewhere on the tool itself. Alright, so I'm just going to use a half pound here. And I can see some breakfast burritos in my immediate future here. Love spicy breakfast burritos. Not too spicy though. I can't get carried away. Jalapeno is about the limit. Maybe habanero. But yeah. I do play with my ghost pepper, but it's not. I never get it much hotter than it would be for like a jalapeno or something. I just like the flavor. Alright. As soon as we start to get a little sizzle on this, I'll toss that veg in. I'm gonna shred a little cheddar. I scared Polly?
Yeah, she jumped.
When I said cheddar.
Yeah, she's laying there sleeping.
I wonder what I said. Was it something I said?
Yeah, well, it was that or hitting the pan.
Okay, maybe so. By the way, that milestone of 1,000 subs is well on the way. Just hit 700 over this weekend. So I'm real happy and real excited about that, and looking forward now to a trip to California real soon for a 1,000 sub live stream from California.
Eli says we need more story time with Tom.
More story time with Tom. Yeah. Now there's some stories you don't want to hear. Okay. I hear sizzle. Let's get that veg thrown in there. Normally, I would have my veg just, raw. But since I'm doing the nachos this way, I thought, well, I will just take that and, soften them up just a little bit. I still want plenty of crunch. I just don't want them totally raw. Eight seconds. Let's turn that down.
Where do you want on that?
Say what?
Where do you want them at?
We'll probably set them outside. Oh, they actually look pretty good. And they're done.
Eli said almost 1K subs. I remember reaching 100. I feel like a proud sibling. Much love, Mr. and Mrs. Oakley.
Thank you.
Lisa says, hey Tom, how about stuffed mushrooms and gravy with cube steaks and home bread for dessert, strawberry shortcake.
Well, that's quite the suggestion. We're going to get it wrote down. But the strawberry shortcake is going to go on to that separate list, and it'll get voted on. At some point, I'm sure it'll get voted for, but that's how I'm going to have to work these. Can you guys see these? These cakes, these cupcakes actually look pretty good. I'm rather surprised. Screw that up. Let me give you guys a look here. Real nice and spongy. These should be some decent cupcakes. So I will slide these over closer to you, and when you have a moment. Yeah, there's no rush. I know you're busy writing stuff down. All right. Oh, that smells good. That smells really good. If I had some eggs and a little cheese, I'd just make a burrito. Okay. Let's make some sauce. Some sauce.
Scott and Jennifer said, I can't decide if I like chorizo better or bratwurst better. Both are regulars at my house.
Yeah. There's some brats that I just don't like. I'm not sure exactly what the seasoning is in it that I don't care for. But there are some that I don't know. Just not my fave. I do like chorizo quite a bit, though, especially for burritos.
Lisa says that's okay. Cupcakes look okay. Look a-okay.
They do. All right, so that was just a little chicken stock in a can of tomato sauce. And I'm just gonna start adding in some other stuff here. Like some chili powder. I got another container here because I don't know if I have enough in this one.
Eli says there's some free grazing cattle around here, so I might go patty flipping for some Smurf houses later. Wink, wink. After dinner, of course.
You just reminded me of the Trailer Park Boys and the Liquor Smurf. Okay. Yeah. This is all but empty here. Am I going to get it all? Cool. Let's see. I'm just going to give it that little. Oh. Yeah. Didn't need the new one, but I'm glad I got it.
Yeah.
Let's set that aside. A little bit of paprika. Sorry. Oh my goodness.
Oops.
All right. Throw in some paprika, just a teaspoon. More cayenne. A little more than half of a teaspoon.
Eli says I have never seen Trailer Park Boys. Is it an OG you recommend?
Oh, highly recommended. Who's that? Yep, a couple of garlic. Making sure. I'm just gonna dump some in. A little bit of onion as well. Oh, I forgot the cumin. Oh. See, I like pulling this stuff out ahead of time. Okay. Give this a stir. All right, almost there. Let's toss in a little bit of white sugar here. couple teaspoons and a couple tablespoons of white vinegar. Come on now. Trying to pour it carefully. Last thing I want to do is accidentally dump a half a cup here.
Going outside? Here you go.
Come on. Here we go. Awesome. Okay. Turn that down. Turn this off. Sweet. Good. Making sure I left my oven on because it is a nacho bake. Can't bake if the oven ain't hot.
Greg's back. What did I miss?
Hey, Greg. I don't know. What did you miss? I think you maybe missed the muffins or the cupcakes coming out of the oven. They looked delicious. Smelled pretty good. As a matter of fact, something I didn't mention, they smell a lot better coming out of the oven than they did when I was mixing it. It didn't smell very good. We got the meat and veggies ready to go into the nachos or get layered in, and I just put together this taco sauce, and it's gonna have to just kind of simmer and do its thing for a few minutes before I can start actually putting this dinner together. But we're getting there.
Scott's here. Hey, Tom, this is old guy in chat. Hope you're all doing great. I just got off work.
Scott, good evening, man. I hope you're having a good day. I'm glad you're off work. And geez, happy weekend. Happy weekend. Have you started your training, Scott? Just curious. I know that you have said you were volunteering for your local fire department, which is like way awesome. Speaking of volunteering, those of you that have watched me regularly know that I am pretty into community activity and being active in my community. I am already started planning for the for this year's Easter celebration for the kids, and for everybody. We'll do food and stuff. And last year it was it was amazing. A local food bank donated 15 dozen eggs, and so Mrs. Old Guy and I boiled 15 dozen eggs and colored them for Easter. And then we also filled, I think about 100 or 150 plastic eggs. And this other couple, they filled up 150 as well. So the park we have is not a very big park. And it was so cool to see this little 4-year-old kid with his basket so full of eggs, he could hardly carry it.
And they were spilling out. Poor little guy.
It was fun. It was fun. Yeah. And what was really cool, some of the kids came later than others, and by then the eggs had already been picked up. But a lot of the kids went and hid the eggs again, so that the kids that had just came up could go get eggs, could hunt eggs too. So
Yeah.
that was really cool. That was really cool. It's one thing about this community, it's a lot of people that want this kind of community. So
Scott says, yeah, I've been training for a month now. Just did my CPR training and learned knots and got to got all my gear, got all my turnout gear in the last few weeks.
oh, sweet, man. That's awesome. That is way cool, buddy. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear that you're doing it and that things are going well. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Scott said, speaking of the fire department, I have to go home and get ready for firefighters banquet for the Lifetime Achievement Awards tonight.
Oh, cool. Well, hey, banquets are usually pretty tasty.
Yeah.
So, be sure and feast, my friend. If there's food involved, yes, feast your. Although I've been to some events that the company picnic many, many, many years ago. Some of the worst food I've ever had as far as catered food. Potato salad that was completely undercooked. Buffalo burgers that were way overcooked. Store-bought cupcakes were the best part of the whole meal. Yeah. Let that sit for another couple. I want those flavors to have a chance to kind of come together a little before I taste it. See what I need to adjust. Last time, I didn't need to adjust anything.
No.
With the sauce I made. So, we'll see what happens this time. Maybe I'll get lucky. I guess I'm going to take a minute. What the heck? Let me just sit down. Take a load off for, 5 minutes while this thing kind of simmers a little bit. Oh! Woo! That was one water bottle down. Okay, so earlier I started to give my address and I stopped because the stream had been cutting in and out.
Yep.
So, if for those of you that want my mailing address, I'll give you a second. Grab yourself something to write on and write with. And if you want to send something to old guy, that'd be great. And I mean a self-addressed, self-stamped envelope. Do you know what that means? Self-addressed, self-stamped? I'm just teasing you. Of course you do. You send me one, and I'll send you one of my stickers. All right? Hey, I bought the sticker. You can spring for the envelope. I'm just biding my time here. Hungry as always. Ready for dinner to be done.
Eli says the beauty of starting a community is that eventually like-minded people will find you.
No. At least you would hope. It's funny, when we moved up here 10 years ago, I'm not going to say most of, but a good majority of the 60 houses that are here were unoccupied. And now I think there's only maybe one or two.
Yeah, not many.
Yeah, not many. And there were really no kids at all in town. And now there's a whole passel of kids. Is that a term? Is that the right way to say it? A whole passel of kids? No, so the community has grown a lot over the last few years, and it was attractive to a lot of people. Number one, because it's quiet, and number two, the property prices were pretty reasonable up here. They're old houses, and they've all needed to be remodeled or fixed up in one way or another. But yeah, you're not going to find the type of properties that we got here for the money that they were ever again. They're gone. I just got lucky. Got lucky.
Greg says, on that note, I'll email you, Tom, because I'll do my best to find something here that you don't have over there across the pond.
Awesome. That would be great. There must be like an Aussie soda of some sort that we wouldn't have here. A flavor of some sort. Like I don't know, kangaroo flavored soda or something. Okay, maybe that's a bit of a stretch, but you get my point. That might be just an area for you to check. You know, I'd be into that. Beverages.
Or a chip or
snacks, yeah.
Or whatever. Just
yeah. We might have it here, but maybe it's different there. Like ketchup in America tastes nothing like ketchup in Germany.
He says, I'll find it. I already have one in mind.
Awesome.
No kangaroo jerky.
No kangaroo jerky. Ooh, I think I've tried kangaroo. In fact, I know I did. It was some jerky that was sent to me by a viewer. It was a 12-pack of Bob's, I think. I'm trying to remember the brand, but there was alligator and kangaroo and deer and elk and all these different kinds of jerky that were not made entirely like the alligator and the kangaroo weren't just alligator or kangaroo. It was mixed with either pork or beef. And some of them had some pretty interesting flavor, and some of them, yeah, the flavor was still interesting. I just didn't like it.
Monster Heat's here.
Hey, Aaron. Good evening, man. I hope you're doing good. And that was an awesome performance a few days ago. For those of you that don't know, he was in what was the name of the pepper eating contest? Just a few days ago, and he won. So awesome, man. That's cool. You sure done enough training for it. There's no way I could even come close to eating that stuff. No way. But I got stuff for Nacho Bake ready to go pretty much. I just have to grate some cheese and let the sauce finish kind of simmer in here.
Shred some lettuce and tomatoes.
Yeah, do a little lettuce and tomato for the top.
Scott asked, did you make that raffle wheel you were talking about last week?
Yeah, well, I have the wheel. What I want to do is the basket, so I can put all of the food requests in, so that everybody has equal chance. And that will be making its appearance next Saturday. I'll have the basket and all the slips of paper from all the meals that we've had requested will be in there. I'll turn the drum a few times, reach in and pull out. So
Greg says he loves kangaroo. He goes, it tastes like lamb. Yeah, that's right. I love kangaroo.
Hey, I've had kangaroo before. It was some kind of a steak. Wasn't very big, probably from that back muscle. But yeah, it was. I'm not going to say it was really good, but it was very different from what I've had. So, hey, it wasn't bad. I didn't think it was good, but I didn't think it was bad. Just different. And it was a long time ago. So.
Monster Heat said, "Oh, thank you." And Heat Wave was the
Heat Wave. Yes. Okay, guys.
And he wanted to know, is this the first time you've had Nacho Bake?
It is the first time that, yes, I'm going to have to say yes. Yeah, I've had nachos lots and lots of times, but I've never had a baked nacho version, so. That is a first, yes, sir.
Craig says kangaroo needs to be slow cooked.
Yeah. I can imagine there are some parts that are probably, you know, you make burgers out of it. Marsupial meat, yummy. Okay, let's take. Sauce is good. Needs something else. Simmer in a little bit of oregano. Can I reach it? And a little bit of cocoa. Grab a spoon here. A little bit of cocoa. I don't want to put a whole lot.
Greg says kangaroo burgers, business opportunity right there.
Oh yeah, I bet so. Sell to the tourists. I'm sure you guys get plenty of tourists, you know.
Monster Heat says, I can't wait to see what you think. It's so good.
Oh yeah, I think it's going to be delicious. Now, I chose chorizo for the meat instead of ground beef. All right, we're going to let that sit for just another minute, and then I'm going to start building this. Some cheese. It's not a decent nacho without some cheese in it. Most of the time when I have nachos, I like to make cheese sauce rather than melt cheese. But, you know. Come on.
Okay, I just put Monster Heat's channel in the chat.
Ah, yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Greg was asking him about it, so
So, yeah, check out Monster Heat's channel, guys. Subscribe. You know, this guy's a freaking pepperhead like you wouldn't believe. Is that what you guys call yourselves, pepperheads or hot? No, you're not hothead.
You're welcome, Greg.
This guy can eat some peppers now. I'm going to grate this down. I probably need most of this, and I'm not going to use my food processor tonight because I don't feel like washing it later. Ooh. Oh. Well, and I don't want to do that either. Almost a no-no.
Yeah.
We've had a reprieve the last few days. No snow, which has been nice. We sure had plenty of it this year so far.
Eli said, I call myself a heat seeker.
A heat seeker, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I don't really seek it. It just kind of comes to me.
Scott and Jennifer said, here's a nacho joke. What happens when you eat too many nachos?
Well, do tell. Do tell. What happens when you eat too many nachos?
Greg says, yeah, I do that too, Tom. I do want to wash up something I spent 1 minute on. And he says, too clean for 5 minutes. And then he says, heart seeker.
Yeah. All right. That's close enough, I think. That little bit of leftover cheddar. Yeah, I'll just use that tomorrow morning in my breakfast burrito.
Scott and Jennifer said you might get a queso diarrhea.
Oh, jeez. You might. That's a possibility, I reckon. All right, let's see here if that improved anything. Yeah, that did. I think I'm just gonna add a little pinch of the sweet stuff, and we are good to go.
You need to go outside, Tony.
Nice. Okay. I'm gonna start
Yep.
putting this thing together. You got here just right time there, Mr. Monster Heat. So this taco sauce on the bottom, or sauce, nacho sauce, however you want to put it. Layer of that. Okay, let's do this comfortably.
Greg says sign of a good burrito.
Yeah. All right, let's throw a layer of this in here. I'm going to try and actually layer it on this part. Since the pan is going to get wider as I go to the top. Get in there. Okay. So the mixture here, Mr. Monster Man. I've got chorizo, 3 kinds of just mild bell pepper, some onion, and a jalapeno, along with the chorizo. Okay. I think I want to put cheese here first. Whew. This ought to be good. All right.
Looks like it's gonna be good.
Now some meat and veg, a little more. I'm not going to skimp. Oh no. Oh. Where are my manners? I almost forgot more sauce. Is that manners?
Yeah, I
Is
guess.
it? Okay, well thank you, Mrs. Old Guy. Back me up.
Greg says, I must admit, Tom and good lady from Colorado, you held it together as a team. The cows held the load and produced a wonderful video. Live. Amazing stuff.
Well, thank you, thank you. Let's get this, let's see how well it turns out here once we finish up. A little more nacho chip. All right. Some more cheese. More cheese.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the deal was earlier. We had to start the stream and everything. Maybe that's what it needed, just to start the stream over.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, and my guess isn't very good. Okay. Spicy chorizo, yummy.
Lisa says, don't forget the sour cream on top.
No, unfortunately, I don't have sour cream. I don't think. Maybe I do.
I don't know if you do. Maybe.
All right, let's put some more sauce on there.
Should have a bigger spoon.
I should have. Should have done a lot of things. But oh well, look where I am now. Alright.
Greg agreed with Lisa. Oh my gosh, yes.
More chips.
Crazy Food Crew.
Hey,
I smell hot nachos and cheese. LOL.
hey, Tip. Good evening, man. Yeah, I'm just getting ready to throw this beautiful cast iron full of food into the oven. I'm just going to put a little more sauce on the top.
Greg says it's okay. They use sour cream to mask a bad meal.
Okay. Now just give this nice layer of cheese.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, it does. Okay. Looking good. Just in case it decides to boil over, just clean the oven, so. In we go. And we're going to set that for about 20 minutes. Perfect. And while that is baking, I'm going to get the frosting ready for those cupcakes. So my sitting time is over. At least for now. Where do we got it here? I believe this one is okay. Native. The new cream cheese is okay. So I'm gonna make a frosting with cream cheese and some, again, freshly made mascarpone.
Greg says, I love how Tom can sit at the table and use the oven. Homer Simpson to the max.
Could you hand me a mascarpone, please? Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
For those of you that may be interested at all, there's our, let me get a knife here, just show you a little bit. This is so good.
And Greg says, and he pushes his cooking chair away.
Can you see that?
Yep.
Oh man, this is so good. It's so simple. Okay. So a little bit of this Korean cheese into the mixer, along with some of the mascarpone. Locked down there. It wasn't but a week or so ago I was mixing up some dessert and I forgot to lock the bowl in place. I hate when I do that.
Greg says, whoa, and then yum.
Oh,
Yummy.
very yummy. So I'm going to do about half of that package of cream cheese. If I need more, I can sure make more. That's not a problem. Not cream cheese, but frosting. Get in now. Okay. Let's throw in some of the mascarpone here. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. About half of that. Now I've tried using fresh cream. I mean, I'm talking pretty much straight from the cow, and it's got wonderful flavor and everything, but by the time the cream sets enough, separates out from the milk, it really kind of loses some of its flavor. So I just started getting some organic whipping cream to do this, and it just does a better job. Unless you get a better return than using raw milk or raw cream. Not gonna don't make a ton. Enough to frost a few of those cupcakes.
Monster Heat said, hit that like button, everyone. And then Greg says, or hit the dislike, not that you would, it all counts. And then he says, to this amazing channel.
Oh, thank you. Okay. One more. I don't want to make it overly sweet.
Greg says, so Tom, you're saying to chop it up and let them set in the fridge?
What?
Your marshmallow.
Do what to it?
Says, so you're saying chop it up and let them set in the fridge.
Chop it up?
And let it set in the fridge.
You can't chop up mascarpone. I don't understand. Don't understand.
He says cough.
What?
He says cough.
All right. I guess I just don't get it.
He says bad commentators. Ronald's back.
Who's back?
Ronald.
Ronald, welcome back. No, I don't want to use that one. We'll use this one. Get this off of here. I'll grab a pastry bag. Get ready to do some piping here in a little bit. I didn't add vanilla for a reason. I love the flavor of the mascarpone without adding anything to it. Now it is not just mascarpone, it has the cream cheese, but it still has a great flavor all by itself. Alright, whoop, wrong drawer.
You need to go outside, Chum Chum.
Let's get a pastry bag filled up and ready to go.
Outside?
How much time got left? About 13. I might pull it a little sooner. We'll see. Whoop. It'd help if I put a tip on there before I try to finish the capping.
Go on.
Alright. I tell you, these tips are sharp. You can stab yourself pretty good with one of these.
Craig says, tee-hee, sorry, Aussie humor, lost in translation. Silly boy, go on. I've got nothing for you, go on. Thank you.
And how far is Nimbin from you, Mr. Wells? Just curious. And I did say Nimbin. I believe that's how you pronounce it.
Steve wants to know favorite Doritos?
Favorite Dorito?
Yep.
Boy. If I have to choose, I'd say that new barbecue one
Yep.
that came out. I like that. I'm not a big fan of the Doritos cheese anything.
Craig says that bag is a secret weapon.
What bag is a secret weapon?
Your
Oh, this?
Tyson
Yes.
bag. Get down and leave her alone.
I can
She's sleeping.
top pastries and I can kill an enemy with the same bag.
Steve agreed
Steve agreed?
on the Doritos.
Yes. Okay. That's awesome.
Crazy Food Crew said sweet chili Doritos are awesome. The barbecue ones are good too.
Yeah, they are. I just, like I said, I really don't like the cheesy ones. Now, I do like things like Cheetos, which is, maybe that's weird, but I don't know what it is. I don't like some of the corn chips with that way either, like the chili cheese Fritos. Lots of people like them. I don't like them because of the cheese in it.
Greg says, all's well because it ends well's wishing you well.
Oh, very well then. I'm going to have to grab a bowl. You think a bowl will be all right for this old guy?
Yep, I do.
Alrighty.
Liquors are all over the place, all over her face and everything. She's trying to sleep. Scott says, have a great night, Tom and Mrs. Old Guy and chat. I'm heading to the banquet. Have a great week.
Hey, enjoy the food, enjoy the banquet, and I guess that's it. I got some lettuce and tomato that I needed to do, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
Joshua's here.
Joshua, good evening. Oh, just kind of getting the last little bit of stuff ready for these here Nacho bake. It's coming out here pretty quick. Mr. Monster, I got a question for you, sir. Is this what you expected? I mean, is this a nacho bake? Did I do okay?
Scott says, LOL, take care, Tom. Thanks a lot.
You are welcome a lot.
Joshua said, hit the like buttons.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Okay. There you go. Just a little diced tomato. A little iceberg. Water leaf. Almost flavorless. Okay. Oh, what did he just do? Tore a handful off.
Grace says, I'm watching carefully how you cut the Tommy you.
How I cut the what?
Tommy you? T-O-M-M-Y-U.
Oh, tomato. The Tommy you. Yes, these guys.
Takes notes on chopping lettuce.
You know, like I said, if you want to use me for an example, just make sure that it's a bad example. Okay, and I got a little bit of green onion here, and I'm just gonna get some of the tips here. Some of the green.
Steve asked what your favorite lettuce was.
My favorite lettuce?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never really thought about it that much. I don't know. I like red leaf, pretty good.
Yeah.
Although that's far different from what lettuce I normally use, which is plain old head lettuce.
Greg says, woo, LOL, I love it.
Do me a favor and throw that back in the fridge over there, and I'll finish that up later. Okay. Oh, I didn't look to see if I had any sour cream. Let me do that. Throw this in the fridge while I'm at it. Do I have any sour cream?
Steve says he likes romaine.
Yeah, romaine's okay. No. Unfortunately, snap, no sour cream. How's this looking in here? Looks good. Give myself a better peek here.
Going out?
Good, good, good. So I got the convection feature on this oven. I just turned it on so I can maybe finish that top a little bit. It's bubbly and stuff inside, so it's probably good enough to go. Just want to melt that cheese on the top a little more. Did you get a drink, boy?
Greg says my favorite leafy greens is rocket.
Is broccoli?
Rocket.
Rocket? Leafy green.
Yep.
Rocket.
Yep.
I've never heard of it.
No.
Never heard of rocket. Leafy green called rocket.
Lisa says, hey Tom, got to go. My mom needs me. See you next week. Bye for now. Have good eats.
Have a good week. Take care. Hope your mom's okay. We'll see you next week.
Better watch out, Chumley.
Ooh, that looks good. Almost, guys. I don't want to wait. It's the only part about, I've mentioned it before, it's been a while, but our normal time when we eat dinner is a lot earlier in the evening. We usually eat about 4 p.m. And so waiting till 6 or after, it's only once a week.
He says my favorite leafy green is now YouTube safe. LOL.
Oh, Eli, you're too funny. Okay. That looks good enough to me. That cheese getting a little bubbly on the top. So I'll grab another pot holder here. Oh, no, right. Bring this over and see if this meets with approval. Let's see here. Get my light working. Stand it up on here. Okay. Can you see that okay, Mrs. Old Guy?
Yep.
All right. So there it is in the pan. It's been baked. Officially. So let's get some of this soived up. Not sure what to do. What am I going to serve it with here?
Greg laughed and says, no Mary Jane here, brother / sister or it.
Ouch. Yep, you remember that it just came out of the oven there, Mr. Tom.
Yeah. Greg says, no devil's lettuce.
Devil's lettuce. You must like Ned Flanders.
Stanley Furrow. Hurry up and wait.
Stanley Furrow. Hurry up.
Monster Heat says that looks delicious.
All right, well, we're going to finish it off with some little lettuce and tomato. Some green onion on there. Okay. Nacho, nacho bake.
There you
I want to be a nacho bake. There you go, Mrs. Old Guy.
go. Thank you.
You are welcome. Oh, almost forgot.
Eli says Ned Flanders. Greg says drool.
Almost forgot. One last little item here. And that is a lime wedge
Thank you.
to squeeze over the top.
Steve suggests creamy steak fettuccine.
Awesome. I'd love to make fettuccine. All right, let's squeeze some of that lemon juice or lime juice on there. Okay. Monster Heat, thank you for the dinner suggestion. Now I'm going to eat it and see how good it is. Now, of course, how good it is has nothing to do with you. So, like, if I say, oh, this is terrible, it's all on me.
Monster Heat says, I'll be right over. Greg says, yum.
All right,
Yum, yum.
get a bite here. Now that that is some seriously good eats right there. Yeah, that's really good. I like the chorizo in it. And that sauce I made has just that little bit of heat that makes it really nice. Oh, miss this old guy. Mm. It's not the end of the world.
What's that?
The beans.
Oh.
I meant to put some hot chili beans in here too. Can sitting right here.
Yeah. Monster Meat says, I add sour cream to mine too.
I wish I'd have remembered.
Greg says, I miss sour cream. Eat it by the spoonfuls, but a good taco, don't need it. Nachos are, Steve says, nachos are just too good.
Mm.
Crazy Food Crew says maybe you could add ranch to substitute for the sour cream. I like ranch in a taco salad.
Yeah. Or maybe even just a little bit of fresh cream itself.
And Greg asked what I think. It's delicious is what I think.
Yeah, it's really good. Sour cream would have been nice if I would have remembered. And so would have the beans that are sitting right next to me.
Steve says, do you like pinto beans or black beans more?
Pinto. I like them both, but just by default, I go to pinto because Mrs. Old Guy doesn't care for black beans. Personally, I think black beans have a little better flavor, but hey, it's still just a bean.
Stanley says jalapeno, and Steve says, I agree, crazy. And then Greg says, God bless you and the family in chat.
Man, oh man. Well, I hope that the cupcakes turn out as good as this did. I'm super happy with the sauce.
Wild Man says, watch out for the beans. They're gassy. Toot toot.
I may not need the beans for that. I'm gonna have to shut my light off here. Put it away. Bam.
Drink says, "Oh, we have dessert."
We do have dessert. Mm.
This is really good. I like that sauce you made.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm glad that I added the oregano and that little bit of chocolate, because that really rounded out the flavor. It was missing something. Sometimes with things like this, when the tortilla chip can get, for lack of better words, soggy, that kind of throws me off, and I don't care for it that much. But this time, this is an exception.
Craig says, "Good lady in Colorado will be putting Tom on the couch, as ladies never fart, right?"
Now, that reminded me of many years ago, we visited Mrs. Old Guy's parents, and her mom had made some ham and beans. Oh man, they were just about the best I've ever had. They were delicious. 3 big bowls, and of course, that night things started to erupt. Mrs. Old Guy kicked me out of the bedroom and made me go into the front rooms. Now, my thought behind that was that she should have gone into the front room, because I already stunk up the bedroom. And then she moved me out to the front room, so then I was out there stinking up the front room too. So it was like the whole house was getting gas bombed. You know, if she would have went out to the couch, then it would all just been contained in the bedroom.
Drake says, "Right, LOL." Guffle will.
Wow, this is really tasty.
Yeah, it's really good.
Monster Heat, this was a great idea. This is not a meal that I've made. Like I said, I've had nachos countless times, but I've never had a nacho bake.
Craig says, "Moby's looking at me wondering why I'm laughing so much." Eli says, "OG, the people's champ, LOL." It'll make her mad, Chumley. You better leave her alone.
And for those of you that have been asking, Chumley's leg is like almost there. He's like at 90%, 95%. Much better. Wow. That was really good. Last week was really good too, and I'm sitting here like, there's more right there. I'll eat a little bit more. I can't help it. It is way too good. That'll be 1 portion roughly. Tomorrow, one of us will have lunch with that.
Steve says, "How long have you had your cat, and what is their name?"
We have had our cat for, I don't know, 8 years?
Something like that.
Something like that. 8 years, and her name is Missy. She is definitely a mountain kitty. garnish. A little more lettuce. A little more tomato.
Greg says, I just over gout. I feel his pain. We made it, Tom and good lady.
Woohoo! All right. This old guy is retrieving cupcakes. They should be well chilled by now. It's certainly cold enough out there. Wunderbar. We'll get to that cupcake here in just a minute. I've got like 3 bites left here, or 2. Now squeeze of lime. Wow.
Greg says, Missy, who is hissy? Meow, I miss my cat. Greg says, ooh, we still doing cupcakes? I'm not sure YouTube is paying you enough.
Oh, YouTube ain't paying me nothing.
He says, Genesol, I know some German.
You know some German? Hat ist gut geschmeckt. Good geschmeckt. Put this back where it goes. You don't want a plate for your cupcake, do you? No? Good deal. Just 1 cupcake or 2? 1 to start?
Just 1, please.
Yeah. Okay. Come on. There we go.
Greg says, a lot of German. Wisst ihr auch, bist du? Or something. And he says, I'm not typing it right.
Well, that's okay. I wouldn't understand it right. Making little uneven dabs with a piping tip. Okay. Now the cupcake. The tomato soup cake that was voted in by all y'all, and with some of that stuff on the top.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, let's hear.
Yeah, Greg's typing in all kinds of German stuff that I'm not even going to try to say.
It's been a long time since I've been in Germany. You'll have to give my German a break. I could definitely speak it then more than I could read it.
Just so nice.
Okay. Here we go. Tomato soup cake. I'm going to try a bite of just the cake first. I don't taste tomato at all.
Greg says, LOL, it's okay, good lady, I'm not even German.
I can speak German. Braunschweige. Bratwurst. Volkswagen. Okay. So, This cake, first of all, it's a lot more moist than I thought it was going to be. Just because it was so dense, I thought it would be kind of dry, but it's not. It's got a really nice crumb to it, and really it just kind of tastes like a mild version of a spice cake. You get the spices, but they're not like real in your face like a regular spice cake would be. This is just good.
It is. It's good. Greg says I was taught German and French at school for some weird reason.
I learned a little German when I was there. Forgotten most of it.
Steve Russell wants to know if it's better than the dirt dessert.
By far.
Greg says he's actually a quarter American Indian with all the other Scottish, etc.
Wow.
This is different but good.
Yeah. It just, like I said, it tastes kind of like a spice cake, but just super mild. It does not taste like tomato. I'm not getting a tomatoey flavor at all. Maybe like a carrot cake that didn't get any carrots in it. Wow.
Greg says, P.S. I'm trying not to watch you eat that cupcake.
Well, there, now you don't have to.
Greg says, English and Irish, I'm a matzah.
Well, if you were Mexican and Irish, you would be a leprechaun. Okay, that wasn't funny. Well, that was a mighty tasty dinner.
It was.
Tasty. Hey, and we're done right about on time. I'm digging it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is the part of the night where if you guys got last minute conversation, questions, comments, dinner suggestions, just now's the time to do it. Now's the time.
Greg says, because I might eat off of them, and he says, I'm watching you, and all the wood would eat a lot. Eat a lot. LOL, hee hee, yes, it was. That's why I love you guys.
Well, Greg, I'm going to be getting this box off to you on Monday morning. I'll also throw in a couple of old guy stickers for you. And, I know you got a channel with a little bit of content. So if you're able to film a little reaction video when you're drinking these root beers, that would be cool. I'd love to see it. So, and I'll do the same with whatever you send. I'll definitely review that and do that. Make that a video.
Eli says, Leprechauno? Okay, I'm stealing that. Steve says, I appreciate you guys coming on each week. I really enjoy the content.
Hey, we enjoy doing it. I wouldn't, if I didn't, I sure wouldn't be doing it. Yeah, I've always said, and I will continue to say, that this is, one of the highlights of my week. Look forward to doing it. A lot of these dinners have never done before. Some we have. But they're all good. So, well, okay. I've been through that. Not all, but 99.99%. And I'm going to get out of here, but as always, if you can, some way, somehow, right, give back to your community. Help out a neighbor, help out a clothing bank, a food bank. Just give an hour or two of your time back to your community, okay? I'm going to get out of here. Thank you,
one
everybody.
second.
Hang on. I'm hanging on.
I need to type in this address for Steve real quick.
Okay. Oh, mailing address?
Yes.
Yes, okay. And don't forget, guys, if you want an old guy sticker, man, I'd be glad to give you one. Just send me an envelope with a sticker on it, or with a with a stamp on it, and I'll send it. I'll send it to you. Okay, are we good?
And Steve says, "Will you and Mrs. perhaps sign it?" The sticker.
The sticker?
The back
Yeah,
of it?
I can if you'd like. Sure. Give you my autograph. Okay, guys. As always, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Just disappeared on this.
Get out here and
Yeah.
help. And I will see you next Saturday night. Y'all take care. Bye.
I'm not sure why, because the stream wasn't ended, but you disappeared.